A letter from Governor Kate Brown is instructing all schools to return to in-person classes. Good afternoon, I'm Lee Anderson. Today, the governor announced she'll issue an executive order to return public schools to full or hybrid instruction. Her goal is to have grades K through 5 back before March 29th and April 19th for 6th through 12th. The governor praised choices Oregonians have made to reduce COVID numbers and said all but 6 counties meet or exceed requirements to return. We spoke to the Redmond School District, whose administrators are excited, but will still prioritize safety.
We would love to have all of our students in school full time. We know that students do better in in-person learning and that a lot of our students have struggled with hybrid learning. But this state Ready Schools Safe Learners guidance that we have is how we determine those safety guidelines. And until some of those safety guidelines have been relaxed or changed, especially the spacing rules and the cohort size rules, until those have changed, we will be unable to bring our middle or high school students back full time. Our hands are really tied.
The Redmond School District will not be changing its plans because they're already in line with the governor's order. However, if the Oregon Department of Education changes its guidelines, Redmond could reevaluate. News Channel 21 also heard from Senator Tim Knopp, who said the governor's decision was a move in the positive direction, but should have been sooner. Tonight, we're asking if you agree with the governor's dates to fully reopen schools, or should it have been sooner? To weigh in, head over to our web poll on the KTVZ.com homepage. There are 251 new confirmed and presumptive COVID-19 cases in Oregon and 9 new deaths. Deschutes County has 15 new cases and 2 more deaths today, as well as 2 yesterday. There's 1 more case in Jefferson County and 1 more in Crook County. A family in Redmond is packing up everything and moving to Ohio. They're doing so to check their daughter into a special hospital who was born micro-premature. Noah Chast met with the family today. Okay, apparently we're having some difficulty. We'll have that story for you a little bit later on. I'm told we have the story for you. Here's Noah Chast.
Packing up and moving out for the people that matter most.
Because it's our baby girl, right? I mean, if you have a child, you know you just do anything for your child.
Amelie Grace Bacchiani was born on November 30th, 2020, only 23 weeks into gestation and about 17 weeks too early. When Amelie was born, she was only 1 pound and 4 ounces. That's roughly the size of a soda can or about the length of this pen.
When I first saw her, I was super surprised how perfect she looked. So this is her diaper, and it's like the size of a key fob almost. And when she was first born, it didn't fit her. It was like way too big, so we'd have to fold it in half to get it like the size that she was.
Due to pregnancy complications early on, Amelie was given only a 10% chance of making it to the time of her birth. After she beat that, her odds increased to 30%.
I feel like every single miracle has just happened before my eyes.
Amelie has been defying the odds for over 90 days at St. Charles in Bend. After overcoming a number of issues with her heart, brain, intestines, kidneys, eyes, and many more body parts, Amelie's biggest challenge is a chronic lung disease known as bronchopulmonary dysplasia, or BPD. The Bacchiani family's hope is to make it to Nationwide Children's Hospital in Columbus, Ohio, the only hospital in the country with an NICU specializing in BPD.
We've been telling the kids, like, just another family adventure, but Amelie's leading the way this time, and she wants to go to Ohio.
Babies with BPD have a survival rate of 80%. Babies with that condition at Nationwide Hospital, a survival rate of 99%. Amelie's 3 brothers have not been able to meet their sister yet and have been staying in the Ronald McDonald House of Oregon.
The biggest challenge is probably not having them meet her yet and feeling like my heart's torn between my kids at home and her in the hospital and wanting to be in 2 places at once. Probably the first few weeks, he kept asking if she was going to die, and that was hard. You know, I knew he was thinking about that a lot and worried about that.
The family's main issue now is the Ronald McDonald House in Ohio is currently not accepting children due to COVID. The Bacchiani family is searching for a new place to live on top of their constantly growing $1.3 million medical bills.
She's priceless. She means the world to me.
The family is selling practically everything it owns in a yard sale and is grateful for all the help it's already received.
Surprised and just grateful for a community that cares about strangers. Like, they don't even know me, and they've been making donations for my baby girl, and it's super, it just fills my heart, warms my heart.
In Redmond, Noah Chast, News Channel 21.
We'll have a link to the Bacchiani's GoFundMe page later today on our website. Their moving sale continues through the weekend. A strike by more than 150 medical technologists and therapists continues today outside of St. Charles Bend. Represented by the Oregon Federation of Nurses and Health Professionals, strikers want fair wages and benefits. Picketers are not being paid during the strike. Strikers say they'd prefer to be working, but plan to remain on strike for as long as it takes.
I mean, it's really up to the hospital, so it's a toss-up. We hope that they will come back to the table. We've always offered to go to the table no matter what, nights and weekends, and they haven't. So they've offered a couple proposals, which we're not allowed to talk about, and so we haven't sat down at the table since November. We're all out here and we would rather be in there. So we're ready to go back in as soon as the hospital is ready for us to go back in, and will treat us fairly.
This morning, St. Charles released a statement saying patient care is proceeding as normal. The health system says it's recruited dozens of highly skilled workers to cover shifts at the hospital for the duration of the strike. Representatives from the hospital and union are scheduled to meet next Wednesday with a federal mediator. It was a calm day across Central Oregon, but Jordan Williams says that's about to change. He joins us now. The first look at your local alert weather forecast. Jordan?
Good evening, Central Oregon. Happy Friday to you as well. Today shaped up as a really calm day, really sunny outside. I thought I was going to make my way to the park, and then we started to see some clouds roll in, and now we're going to see some chances for snow. So if those people out there striking are going to be there for a few more hours, they're going to want to bundle up because we're going to start seeing some chances for snow. Right now, you can see this system in the Central Oregon area, possibly bringing chances for rain, very slight chances for rain, but we're really going to see chances for snow pick up at about 6 to 7 o'clock. Right when we get to 10, you can see these chances for snow don't really stay with us for very long. They stay with us for a few hours. We're going to see trace amounts of snow, 1 to 2 inches in Bend and Redmond, though. The rest of Central Oregon only seeing trace amounts of snow, and then we see those chances for snow stay with us into early Saturday morning. And then for most of Saturday, we mostly see clear skies, partly cloudy skies, not really any chances for rain and snow. And then we get into early Sunday morning, you can see some snow, or late Saturday evening, I should say, into early Sunday morning. We see some snow along the Cascades. That's not really going to make its way into Central Oregon. Maybe Sisters, Sun River could see about a 20% chance for snow. Coming up, I'll break down what the rest of your weekend could look like heading into early next week as well. Lee?
The Homeless Leadership Coalition met this morning to give an update on Project Turnkey. The City of Bend's Director of Economic Development, Carolyn Egan, said it's working to update the development codes and get land use approval. The city's still working to buy the Old Mill Inn and Suites. Project Turnkey is aimed at providing shelter for people experiencing homelessness or are at risk of homelessness by turning old motels and hotels into shelters. Meanwhile, the Bethelehem Inn is also currently eyeing a motel location in Redmond to open a new shelter.
Bethelehem Inn, back in December, late December, received phase 1 approval from OCF through Project Turnkey. And we are so grateful from so many people here on the screen that have provided letters of support, and really that collaborative partnership from our HLC partners as well as businesses. So we got that approval in December, and we, in January, did identify a motel in the Urban Renewal District in Redmond.
Gwen Whistling with the Bethelehem Inn said it's also received approval for its conditional use permit as a homeless shelter. The Homeless Leadership Coalition will meet with Bend City councilors on March 17th.